Welcome to Sticker Banner Prints. We're going to do an application here showing how to minimize bubbles. So this is an 18 by 24 decal, typically a door logo for a contractor or such, or turn it into a magnetic, or possibly you want to use it for a site sign, construction site sign. So I'm basically going to show the correct method of how to apply a decal dry without application fluid. First, you're going to use your tape measure or your ruler, and you're going to measure it and get it straight to the border. Once you get it positioned, there's two ways to do the hinging method. One is like this at the edge if you can't get to the center. The other is actually from the center of the decal like that. You put a piece of tape right down through the center. And what I'm going to show here is how you can take something that's 10 feet long or 2 foot long and make it a whole lot easier to work with. All I'm going to use today here is a regular application squeegee and a knife. So I'm going to take this decal, peel it back on itself, the face down to face, and then cut the liner paper. Don't tear it. If you tear it, it leaves paper fibers, and the paper fibers get right in your adhesive. So you always want to cut the liner paper nice and clean and straight if you can. It helps with the application of the decal and not stretching it. This one doesn't have pre-mask over it. So typically a squeegee would be either a felt-coated squeegee or really clean. And I'm going to start right here in the middle, work my way out a little bit to ensure that it's flat, and then up and down. And what I mean by up and down, up towards the top of the print, and then down towards the bottom, pushing the air out. And the key to squeegeeing and having minimal bubbles is to a proper method of squeegee. If you actually place a squeegee here and go up, you need to overlap area that you've already squeegeed again when you go down. And typically I'll go from the center out. And the reason why is you want to push the air down and not trap it behind. So I can basically go out at all directions, kind of in a star shape. Or you can go up and push it up and down and push it down. But however you start it, you need to continue and finish it that way to push the air towards the edges. If you push it towards the center, that's where you get bubbles occur. Or if you touch it. So any touching of your fingers, the exposed adhesive, it's called pressure sensitive adhesive, which means it won't stick until pressure is applied. I can lay it down and it's actually not sticking. It's called a temporary bond, or it's called the tacking level. Initial tacking level is right there. And typically it's only a couple of ounces, and it takes you to squeegee on it with your squeegee and apply pressure to give it the bond of poundage. And then after it cures out in 2 or 3 days, depends on the adhesive you're using or the type of film, depends on how strong it's going to be. Some of them are removable, some of them are permanent acrylic. There's rubber adhesives, water-based adhesives, all kinds. This is an acrylic, permanent acrylic, premium calendared or premium cast film with a permanent acrylic adhesive. So I'm basically going to squeegee up and down, overlapping the previously squeegeed area to ensure that all of the bubbles go out. And then when you're done, go around the edges. And then you cut your decal. Typically something like this would be pre-cut before you put it on a vehicle surface. And then you always have the ability to remove it unless it gets too hot and it starts stretching on you. So once again, if you have bubbles and you can get it up, then you can also push those bubbles out and reapply the decal. I'm Steve the Mink. Thanks for joining us, Sticker Banner Prints.